yourself, and then yeah, we can just chop it up, my G.
Oh, I'm Chris Black. I make music.
I knew you were gonna be weird. You could.
Hopefully that's the hopefully that's the whole kind of like introduction. I don't know who I am.
Okay, I'm gonna introduce him because he doesn't want to tell you guys who's Chris Black. So Chris Black is a producer. A lot of people who know, they know I call him Quincy. You know what I mean? Because yeah, he can see the pockets. He has an ear for music. You know what I mean? Loves music. He's an artist. You know, was a DJ once, I think. Am I right?
Yeah, I was a D
Yeah, I think he still has
in
the
a
edges.
lot of life.
Cool.
In a lot of life.
How me and Chris Black met was through work, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't even remember how we started being friends. I think it was just from conversations in corridors, and then yeah, we just started kicking it. But yeah, I'm not gonna do a lot
Nah,
of.
I just kept on.
You kept on doing what?
I kept on attacking you, boy. I was like, yo, I
Well,
need to record this and this. How do I record it? I need help with this. Where you record it now? I'm recording in MX2. Oh, I'll be there.
yeah, yeah. I think that's where we kicked it off. Yeah, man. So Doug, um, like I said, we're just gonna kick it. But before we kick it, we're just gonna get the official things out of the way. I know you have a single out now, which is out. Um, you wanna speak on it?
Yeah, I got a single out. It's called Chasing More, out on all platforms. Surprisingly, not on Instagram's story thing.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the only place I can't find it. Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's.
that's just pissed.
I know we need to make sure we check that. We need to make sure we check that so we can put it on the stories. Cool. Is this your first single this year? Do you have other music that's out? I know you
I
have
have
gang
two
music.
more. I have two more singles that were out before COVID hit. Nah, actually, the first month of COVID
Oh yeah.
was this like April. Yeah, it's called Whole Night. It's a Whole Night single. It came with as a twofer, which was Whole Night and Quad.
Oh,
Didn't get the same reception as Chasing More currently would.
yeah.
You'll find it. It'll get to you one day.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
You'll play.
chasing more has just a different vibe, man, and I see a lot of people are messing. What do you think is the thing that's making people love chasing more this much?
I don't know, cause I'm like a hybrid between how do I say this? Like I can't even define my sound. Everyone talks about sound. I can't define who I am. I really can't. I'm not trying to be different and shit.
Yeah.
But it's normally a mixture between like my label and my manager were talking like the other day, yesterday actually. They were he was saying Darren was saying like the nice thing about it is it has pop influences. It's like R&B and hip hop, like but not full R&B. So it's like hip hop based with elements of R&B and pop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the thing that people that draws to people is the fact that there's that pop singing sound. Like you can hear the hook, the melody from the songs is just like a little pop. It's very catchy. So you can't get rid of the song out of your mind once you hear it once. That's what I've noticed with my music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Facts. Facts. Yeah. I feel. Hey man, you very. I don't know, man. You are those crazy people, and we always gonna fight about this. You know what I mean? We can't put you in a genre because you like hip hop, pop. I don't know, alternative kind of thing. Is that your? Does it come out like that, or is it something that you go for it?
Um I'm a Moses and I spoke about this like in the beginning stages like of me recording myself. I only started recording myself like 3 years ago, like 2017. That was the first time I recorded myself. I used to make I was a producer, like beat maker,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
become. the next Afro jacket. So when when Amma Moses and I was like speaking, he kept on saying, "Dude, you have these catchy melodies." So it's never been like something I think of to like record in that way. First thing I record, I put it down. But now at like as you move forward, it seems like you're doing the same thing and over. So that's what I'm battling with.
Yeah.
But in the beginning stages, and be recording any song, like the first thing that comes to mind, I'm gonna put that down.
Oh,
Even if it sounds the same as something before, I'll change it later.
yeah.
But I want the first thing that comes from the mind, first thing that hits the brain. I don't even write it down. Like I don't write down music. Like I only write down lyrics. Like when I'm about to do the verse,
Yeah.
if I'm bored and I'm just playing the beat, yeah, that's for me. It's just like that's how I make. You've been with me.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Pause.
Hey, the thing is, I want people to understand out there because every time when I say things, people are gonna be like, "Nah, you're just saying it because it's Chris Black." Because your process of making music is like, actually, to be honest, I would say you don't have a process. You just go with what works for them. You can be on your phone, voice notes. You can be on a beat and just come up with melody. I've seen you like put just does it do you just feel the moment and whatever it is, because I've seen you start a song from a kick drum and then you put the voice and then you're gonna go and play some keys and flip the keys, maybe spend some times on the keys. Is this something that you think about, or it just calls for the moment? And
Nah, that's why I was telling us like funny like today I was talking to a friend and he's like, "Yo, your music is so catchy and shit." Like I was playing him two songs that I have to submit by today or tomorrow
yeah.
for the upcoming release. Talk about that. So he was like, I was playing it for him like just randomly because I play it on everyone's Bluetooth speaker just to see if it works. Because I know you're gonna forget the song because I play
Yeah.
you a lot of songs. You're gonna forget it
Yeah.
when it comes out. You'll be fine. But he was talking about like how do you get all that stuff? The same question that you asked me. I'm like, dude, like for real, this is God. Like this is. I'm not a Christian, but I'll say it this way. This is God given. I
Shit.
don't take. Yeah, I don't.
For
I don't.
people out there,
I
this
was
is the
bad at this.
first time. This is the first time Chris Black makes a reference, but we're gonna talk about that later. Sorry, I had to interrupt
Yeah, this is
that.
just the talent. This is a talent. This is a talent that you obtain over years. So when someone says, yeah, so let me say this: it's like it's a talent I've obtained during the years, and it's only starting. Like I'm only at the starting point. I feel like there's more to this because I was watching some beat maker, some famous beat maker on his YouTube channel making like 4 or 5 beats, and all the melodies I was coming out with while those beats were playing. I was like, damn. I also got surprised, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I didn't record them or anything. I was like, oh, this is only the beginning. It's just that I am only limited by what I can physically create right now by myself because I haven't gotten to a point where I can get um the
oh yeah.
right producer to because I want someone that actually not producer but right beat maker instrument that can come up with something that I really like, that I really love.
Well, do you feel like it's one person or it's a team of people? Do you feel like you can find somebody?
Yeah, I really think I can find someone, but uh at the current moment I'm using a lot of people just to get like I want to see because I want to collaborate like with other people. And what I normally do now is like just record all the vocals that I need, and then someone will just produce over my vocals,
Okay,
come up with something because that's how I collaborate, and we'll just tweak it from there.
okay,
Because what I found was when I get a normal beat, from, oh, this is a beat that I made. Not up to it needs a lot of tweaking because I'm confined to what you think my and normally when you ask for a beat, they send you what they think Chris Black can be dope on. Like, confining me to
okay. So you're looking for the beat maker rather than them trying to match your sound.
yeah. That's why I'm a project type artist. So if me and you are gonna lock in, like send me a pack
Okay,
because then I can record like 20 songs to that pack, and then we'll pick the best 20, 30 songs to that pack, whatever how many songs we need, and then we'll just work from there.
cool. So you say you're a project artist. I'm guessing you always have songs on the cut? Because if you're a project artist, you probably recording, songs each and every day for the packages. So you have songs on the card. How often do you record? How often do you record? Is it an everyday thing? Is it a weekly thing? Is it a once in a while thing?
I'm constrained by how many beats I can make. Like, but if I'm really locked in, I can do 4 or 5 songs a day,
No shit. That's
four
dope.
or five songs a day, and I'll still like the next day listen to those 4 or 5 songs before I make another 4 or 5. Delete probably three, like vanish, never come back.
Shit. Why do you delete them? Is it
If I play something and I'm one of those people. If I play something I don't like it, I promise you I'll never like it.
okay? So you make music that you like.
Yeah, I make music that I can play to. If I go crazy in my room or crazy wherever I'm at listening to that song, it's gonna be that while I'm making it, I'm going woo,
Yeah.
turning up. That's gonna be that's me. That's
Oh,
gonna be my song.
makes
I know
sense.
I'm gonna make something better than that, but for that moment, it's
Oh, well, that's crazy. So in the cut, how many songs would you say you have? Songs that people haven't had.
I have a I have an EP, a 4 track EP with ones that coming up. I have one, two. I'm on my laptop. Two. Should I count Fairy Tales too? That's coming out now. No.
Yeah,
Three,
they don't know about it.
4, 5, 6. I have 6 EPs, 7 songs, so seven
Damn.
to eight songs. And then I haven't bounced out everything. So I have like how many EPs are there? 6 EPs of
Sis.
7 songs.
Oof.
Yeah, 6 EPs of 7 songs each, and have yeah, and then I have like Lucy's. I have like a bunch of probably like 40 songs of Lucy. Then I have probably 20, 20 to 40 unfinished songs, which I need to finish within.
Damn. That's a very very strict work ethic. Seven, so 6 EPs of 7 songs. This is songs that are done versus recorded, just in the cut. They can be.
Yeah,
Damn, that's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. All they need is like mixing and mastering, like proper mixing. And they are mixed and mastered too.
Yeah,
That you want me to release next week. Probably it'll take me 2 days and just
touch it up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah,
That means there's still a lot of music these people are gonna experience from you. Shit.
yeah. You gotta release at least something once every.
What? So if I had to ask you between the two schools, Are you a balance between quantity and quality, or are you more one-sided to each? Are you more extreme on the left, where you will say quantity over quality, or are you more quality over quantity, or are you more a balance of both?
I'm a balance of both. I believe in the quality of the music. That's why I don't believe in like long projects.
Oh yeah.
Because you waste like no one's gonna listen to like 20 songs. Only Chris Brown can do that. But nowadays, I promise you, like no nowadays, like no one's gonna listen. Like it's difficult to listen to like 20 something
Yeah.
have and whatever. It works for other artists. Like
Yeah.
Ghana released a 20 something. Those people are like they understand their method of. If you understand the method behind it, then you cool. But I'm more of like do the quality stuff and give them quantity and I'd rather give them 20 songs within a year than
Yeah.
give them 20 songs
In an
one go.
album.
And then I have to yeah, and then I have to go give you another 20 songs. So I'll release two EPs in a year,
Oh shit.
albums or 2 albums in a year.
Hmm. That's a dope way of looking at it. So that actually makes sense. So you feel like if you release a package with more than 15 tracks, there's a possibility that some of the tracks are just gonna fall through the crack just because you have too many tracks in the album.
No, I don't even I don't fear tracks falling through the tracks. What my biggest fear is, my biggest problem with it is like too much. It's just too much because like there's only so much music you can listen to by one artist. I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah.
even if you have that special bond with those things, like it's only so much. Like for me, as a listener of music, like I love music. These short, quick projects of like 12 songs, 7 songs, 8 songs. I love them because I find my favorite songs quick, and then I can now move on to other I need to listen because we live in an era where things are fast. So I need to find because we live in an era of playlisting. You know what I mean? I need to
Mm.
find in your project of that artist that I love. I need to find 4 or 5 songs, all the songs that I like, so I can hold them in my playlist.
Hmm.
The other songs will fall to the wayside. Like no matter what, they always gonna fall to the wayside. There's unless you like Drake with an entire album, or you like AKA, who's been giving you like who gives you levels where like from track 1 to track whatever track 10 is like,
Oh yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot. So, what do you say about? Because I see a lot of people going back to the traditional 15 track, 21 tracks, 22 tracks. Do you think it's a matter of the numbers making sense, or them saying if I give you more tracks, the probability of you finding a hit is higher because I gave you more tracks? Do you think? What do you think
Yeah,
is the?
that's how they see it. That's how they see it. You know, me and you, we've spoken.
Uh,
I don't like everyone is like people are following other people there, and like in the hip hop space, we've noticed that everyone works hard. They probably recording those 5 songs a day within like, because like how I told you, like I record 4 or 5 songs within a day or whatever.
yeah,
That's a space where I'm like, yo, I'm in album mode. Like for this month, I'm just recording music. It's gonna slowly start from like a song a day.
yeah,
Next day, probably 2, 3. By like once I'm in rhythm, I'm gonna get into like 4 or 5 for that whole month, and then I'm gonna record probably like 2 or 3 a whole week. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So when you're recording at that quantity and you're getting them packs at that quantity, it's easy to forget that, oh, it's easy to see like someone like a like the biggest artist dropping like 20 songs, and you be like, oh, I have this many, let me drop this many. It doesn't work for everyone. It really doesn't work for everyone. I can tomorrow drop like a 30 track album. Like who's gonna listen to it?
shit. That makes sense.
Even you as a friend will not listen to it. It just depends on how your fan base is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Like if you if you go listen to, remember, what's this nigga? You go to J. Cole,
Yeah,
uh Forest Hill Drive, smash, classic.
yeah,
Go to you go to what you call this? Nasty.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go to Nasty, 15 songs.
Shit,
Easy. Nice.
shit.
Done.
So 15 songs.
20 over Yeah, 15 songs is the no is enough, is way more than enough.
Yeah, because that was the old, not the old, like the way they used to do. Because most CDs were 15, 14.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at the R&B artists, bro. Look at the R&B artists. Like the R&B artists just released now. What you call this? Christine Sky,
yeah,
10 songs. Kaylani, oh, a small amount of songs. Summer Walker's about to look at what's her name? Elaine,
yeah.
6 songs. Small
So
quantities also work.
yeah,
Don't
I hear you. I hear you. It makes sense. I guess the strategy of releasing, rather scattering them through the year instead of just one package works for me, because in the age of streaming, I feel like you can actually get those 20 songs in playlists, where if you release them as a package, it will probably be difficult for you to get all of those songs in a playlist. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
I
would. It would.
and I don't know, actually know of an album that got released and all of the songs were on the playlists, and the album is more than 10 songs.
Yeah, it's never been that way. It's you can't. It's impossible. If you're going for the stream numbers, it's not gonna work for you because like it's really not gonna work for you. It depends. Like how strong is your fan base? You have 1,000 people that are gonna listen. Let me put it easy. If you have 1,000 people that are gonna listen to 20 songs, like religiously, like religiously. You
Mm,
have that, then I'll go do it.
oh, wow. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. I get where you're coming from.
Black's first album was like 11 songs, boy. Free Black.
Shit.
That was a classic.
Shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. So do you feel like,
My favorite artist, yeah.
playlisting? Since we're on playlisting, do you feel like radio is the new a playlisting is the new radio? Is it which one is the most important? Does it depend on the
I feel like
region you're in?
they go they go hand in hand. In SA, radio is still massively important. Like for real, if you have a number one song on the top 40, it's probably like yeah, that whole 3 million people that are listening to that radio station or whatever, 2 million people are waiting for your song to play at number one. Any top 10 artist on the YFM, Metro FM, whatever. It works. But then for you to be a breakout artist, because you know how South African music is, boy. Like you can't make it through the old traditional ways. There's no artist management anymore.
Yeah.
They find the hottest kid. They find the kid that has the hottest name on the streets, even if the music is trash,
Yeah.
and they put them. They develop that. So you don't have artist development. You don't have people that have made bad songs. That you don't know people. They can't be their stuff. All the stuff. All the label sees is like, hey, you get 1,000 followers up a song, you probably get like 6,000, like 20,000 streams, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And we signing you.
Yeah. It's hard to find like A&R in South Africa. I don't know if there's any out there.
There is no A&R. There is no A&R in say anymore. Like there is no A&R even in this in the US, dog. There is no A&R anymore. I don't think there's A&R. There's been A&R in the past like 4 years.
Shit. That's sad. That's sad for the industry though, cause how is talent being discovered? Like they're looking at Instagram, looking at your numbers, and that's how you're getting discovered
Yeah.
nowadays.
I watched there's an area that I really love now. 2-3 years ago, like me and you saw this. Like I told you this, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Kiefer, Atlantic A&R.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
started promoting off of a DM. Like he started promoting one of the biggest artists right now, and we all know him as Rowdy Rich
Yeah.
in
Right.
2016.
Yeah.
So Kiefer only has like 4,000 to 10,000 followers. At that time, it was like 1,000. I just followed this guy because I saw him on the page. He was A&Ring um Rowdy Rich since Feed the Streets. I
Yeah.
mean pushing. Atlantic saw the wave that he was doing. 2 years later, this nigga has the number one hit in the number one song in the world. Show you that A&R still does work to this proper A&R and proper artist development and proper communications and proper thing. It does
Uh-huh.
work. But if I'm gonna get you just off of your hype for one song, you're gonna fall. Like how many artists have the past 6 years, no, past 4 years in South Africa that have reached the peak, but then could not like they've reached sort of like plateau or whatever that is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
word. And then from that point where they're supposed to peak, like supposed to gain more traction, it's like your career is just gonna stay at at the position, at that position or lower. That's it.
Sure.
Done.
Yeah, cause for me, it's like I feel like even artist development from the ground roots doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean? Because if you're getting somebody because of the numbers, you don't even have time to kind of like build them and actually have them ready for the industry. And I know a lot of people will probably be out there and be like, nah, the industry has changed. There's probably no need for that. I feel like it's still important, and that's one thing that's lacking here. The fact that most of the people who are going into the industry are not trained for the industry. You know what I mean? That's why you're seeing a lot of people signing wrong deals. That's why you're seeing people marketing their music wrong or trying to copy templates that don't work because their artistry hasn't been developed.
Yeah, they haven't developed. Like it's like looking at the peaks are very high and the lows are very low.
Yeah,
It's what Tory Lanez once said in an interview. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna build my career step by step. As long as I get as long as I get that next 100 people to listen to my music, I'm gonna make sure I get to where you are, like the person that starts music from now, like, and then gets like this big boost, and he's like a superstar.
yeah,
I'm gonna get to you, but then when you fall, I'm still gonna be at the position where I'm at because mine is not it's not my career is not based off of like fly by night listeners, like they like
yeah,
listeners that just yeah, you know what I mean, like trend watches, like it's a hard thing to just like to tell people to limit expectation.
mm,
Mind, limit your expectation and make sure that don't go for that peak.
yeah,
Like just make sure that you grind and you make sure that you give your fans and you start making a core fan base. Once you have a core fan base, look at Eminem,
yeah,
craziest core fan base,
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. You can't touch Eminem.
I mean, look at A Reese. A Reese has the craziest core fan base in South Africa, boy. Like they stick to that nigga.
Yeah, they love that nigga. They for
They love that.
they'll fight for him. He doesn't even have to say anything. He will have the whole of their Aries camp fighting for him. For me, he's one of the people who are set up. I feel like his setup is really really dope because he's taking his time and he hasn't picked and he's just gradually growing. Every day is like growth for him, which is gonna be a long journey. And after a while, when you build a house on a solid foundation, it's gonna stand. You know what I mean? Not saying
It's
other
gonna
guys,
stand.
yeah, not saying that other guys are not doing it right. It's just like I feel like Aries has figured out getting fans, going to schools and interacting with people who actually play his music. He's very, very hands on that, which is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, man. When we talk about the industry, there's a lot of things that we always talk about, man. South Africa for me right now is challenging. It's like there's a bubble that everybody's living in, and the bubble is only for a selected few. You know what I mean? And this bubble is very fragile because I feel like we're still in a very, very early building stages, but we talk we talk like we're veterans. I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, everyone talks like they have the thing. That's why I was like, um, the kids will tell you that remember you asked me about playlisting. I didn't answer you. I answered one side of it. The kids will tell you that, oh, now for me to make it, you don't need radio. And the OGs will be like, nah, you still need radio. You still need to get played. Still need to get walla.
Yeah,
But there is no like blueprint, like because the SA market is so open at the moment. Like
yeah.
it's very open. We have like the top 1%, aka Casper, Nasty C, well,
Show,
Kabza,
show my Joes.
Police. No,
Hey man,
Majosi has one. Majosi has one album. Majosi and Boiti have like Boiti doesn't even have an album. So I won't,
Kabza has
as of
one album and mixtapes,
nah, them was albums, boy. That nigga dropped
but
how many albums last year?
those were collaborations with my producer. This is the only Kabza the Smalls album we have.
No, there's I'm a because of I'm a piano. There's a lot, man.
Wait, those albums? I thought those were just tapes, dog.
Yeah.
I thought they were
Nah.
tapes. Alright, if they were albums, okay, cool. Then I get what you say. Get what you
Yeah,
say.
I think you need, man, for you to be one up in top 1%, dog, you need to be like, hey, Black Coffee has two albums or three.
Yeah.
Uh you get what I mean? You have to at least have like three albums and okay, Black Coffee and DJ Tira, you can put them in like top 1%. But everyone else is bottom feeders. Bottom feeders.
Prince KB.
Certified. Certified boss. You know what I mean? That man has
Shimza.
a hit. And Shims is a DJ. Most of his music,
Okay.
I have it like, yeah, yeah. I don't remember a hot Shims song. Probably there was, but I don't remember a hot. But I love Shim's DJ. You know what I mean?
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, they like you were saying, the industry is very very open, and from a person who's looking from the outside, who's not actually doing their research, it looks like it's very far away. Once you start
Yeah.
getting the facts right and actually breaking them down, you'll be like, oh, this is still a little baby. This is still something that has to grow. We're not there yet. You know what I mean? There's our conversation.
Look at my
Yeah,
Yeah. Look at my nigga Costa Titch, boy. Look at
yeah,
my nigga Costa Titch.
yeah,
Like he's been grinding for a while. It seemed like it was far. It seems like it was far. It seemed like it was far.
yeah.
Nkalagata dropped. Oh, this
Everything
nigga
changed.
is yeah, this nigga's in the names of all these people. I mean, like he's among the names,
Yeah,
which is like, and as a person, you think like, oh, it's gonna take a lot of stuff. It's not really gonna. It doesn't take that much. Takes it takes 20 to 80,000 people just to like one of your songs, and you're in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In South Africa, that and then once you start getting the radio play, it's over. You know what I mean? You're out.
Yeah,
You're out. And the
yeah, and
the problem I feel like even is, it's not really a problem. I just feel like we have a lot of people in positions where maybe they're just not understanding the new culture, or they just don't want to understand the new culture. There's certain places where it's difficult for people like Costa Teach to get that attention. But the streets and
it's
everybody,
it's relationships. So I'm a technical producer. Uh, I know this method of getting ways. I'm not gonna. I'm 35 years old. I'm not on Spotify. I'm not on these Instagrams. I've been at my job for the past 10 years. I'm not going to. Costa what? That's how I'm going to see it. Costa Titch is, you know what I mean? That's where, like, um, if they need revamps of, like, in terms of, like, you see how things, Speedster has a hip hop show.
yeah.
Scoop used to have a hip hop show. Those people were the ones that were helping the hip hop and the new kids to grow. Like whoa, what's that dude? Wow, Molo,
Aubrey.
Aubrey, yeah, Aubrey. You see how those people are getting through, but
Yeah,
whoa, Black Diamond. You see how like you need to be in a certain light. Like you need to be in a certain, you know what I mean? Like you need
yeah,
to be in a certain like you need to force your way through.
yeah.
And
Trick.
once you do, like yeah,
Yeah, you carry on. Sorry.
most of the hip hop kids,
Yeah,
pop people, we like like I'm gonna put myself with them as well because like as soon as someone hears a hip hop beat in South Africa, it's, what's skr skr. I mean, that's I'm serious. That's how most of these producers are doing for their shows. They for the playlists and stuff. They're like skr skr. You know what I mean? They'd
yeah.
rather hear stuff with the same way you hear small beef online is like yeah, STC stuff, but I feel like if you could do more Tswana, more Zulu, more bring it back home, like be more South African.
Mm,
But it's like you don't say that to a lot of artists. Why
yeah,
don't you say that to such? Why don't you say to the like? There's a lot of Jamaican hip hop artists in the states.
yeah,
They don't sound like Jamaica.
yeah. Do you think tribalism is the problem? Do you think we have a very cultured tribalistic nature?
Yeah, in a way, because you look at hip hop and you're like, nah, it's not for me. I mean, like we like, nah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Really not for me. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So gotta do it like Questa, or you can't do it at all. Or you gotta have to you gotta have a big ass following for you to be able to do.
yeah, but we can't all be question now. You know what I mean? And you brought up Black Diamond. This week I was having a conversation with a mutual friend. I was with Kulil and I think Sui, and You remember that conversation we once had about ambitious, like how people feel about ambitious. Like every time when you bring ambitious up, everybody's like, yeah, nah, 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 no, 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 they're raw people. This is what they do, and people don't look on the other side of the fence and what they did for the artist and all of that. That's how I feel. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like
I always look at it. Yeah,
I feel like they play their part. At the end of the day, is what we're talking about. If you don't have the information and you don't getting developed, things are gonna happen. I feel like they've opened a lot of doors for people, and they are probably at the top of the most independent record label we have in SA right now.
yeah, they are because they do. They have a business model, and
Yeah.
if you don't know, because they tell you this, like in anything in life, you gotta be informed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You gotta be informed. The sad thing is that in our education system, time I found out that you have to go look at a contract before you sign it was when I was doing tertiary education.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? Oh shit, you gotta read this thing.
Yep.
You gotta read it properly.
Yep.
But it's if you understand the laws, if you accept that, if you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, I want to be 18, I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want, right?
Yeah.
And then also be mad when you're 18, you sign a contract, a legal binding contract, and be like, oh, nah, they cheated me, I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So which one are you taking? Are you saying that when you're 18 you have sound mind and body, or are you saying that I still don't know anything? So let's raise the legal age up a little bit, and have those from 18 to 21 not be what you get. I mean, like, so you can't have it both ways. So if you're saying you're 18, if you're both saying that 18 the legal age, you have sound body and mind, you can read. If you can read, that means you need to be able to understand what you're signing. And when people say sign my soul away, sign my soul away, you need to understand what the true meaning with that is. When Ambitious signs someone like A Reese, someone like whatever, the only time I have a problem with it is when if they signed someone and and on the contract it says I'm gonna pay you this much, and then they don't pay. That's my problem. But if
Okay.
they signed someone and on the dotted lines and on the contracts it said, yo, you're earning this much. I don't care how much we make for you, whatever, whatever, but this is how much you're earning.
Yeah.
That means you sold everything away.
Yeah.
You've signed everything away. You can't complain after that. If they're doing it a bad, if they do, and then they say they promise all this stuff and it's all in the contract, and then they don't oblige by the contract, then that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can't sign a contract and then complain that, oh, the contract is bad.
Yeah.
Like, name me any person that made money without how do I say this? Name me a person that's made money without taking advantage of people. How it is.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give in. I always tell upcoming artists a lot sometimes when I talk to them, like, yo, this mentality. I'm not saying people must go out there and sign bad
Contracts.
contracts,
Oh.
but for an investor to invest in you, they're gonna need a return, and they're gonna try and leverage as much as they can. It's business.
Yeah.
Check what
So
I mean.
if, like, how Space likes to say,
Yeah.
yo, it depends on how what type of contract you sign, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with Space. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you don't want to sign a bad contract, go there with a lot of leverage.
Yeah. Work
So
so
go
hard.
obtain your leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go there and be like, okay, cool. There's other people like me. If I would get a contract with Ambitious, I'll be like, all right, cool. Can I keep 50% on my masters or something like that? And be like, I'll give you, here's a catalog, because I have stuff in the tuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they wanted that, like, I'm just making hypothetical. I have
Yeah.
stuff in the tuck. I can give away 2 albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can give away 2 albums.
And still have options to
But if
get
you,
to gain your 50% back when you can.
yeah, you just have to have leverage, and you just have to be able to negotiate the way you want. Like, it did a lot for those artists, boy.
Yeah.
MT came. MT.
We
He
wouldn't have
always says
known
this.
them to.
He came. Yeah, he comes from he was struggling, bro.
Yeah, struggling for real, real. You know what I mean?
Real. And after 2 years, dude is okay. I don't know how. Maybe it was facade if you were saying that, but nah, dude
We
was
know
fine.
MT now. He
Yeah,
if he was in the industry and he was paying attention when they were doing all of those things, he would have made friendships in the industry that even when he leaves his contract, he still can sustain himself because he's in the industry. That's
and
all
he
I
still
say.
can at apparently.
The reason why most of these people blame the record label when their 3 year or 5 year tenure is finished is because they realize that while they were the record label, they were not learning anything.
Yeah,
They were waiting for,
you were looking at
yeah, they were looking at,
you're looking at someone as like, oh damn, you made 200,000 and I only made 50,000, but I was the bigger name. I was the well-known name. Yeah, but
it doesn't
how
work
did you
like that.
become the well-known?
You gotta be
How
smart.
did you become the one? Yeah, how much did they put in back into you? How much they put into you?
Yeah,
I mean, how many? How many? How much money did they put into you? If right now we would go to your contract and be like, okay, cool, let's see how much I put in, how much can I recoup?
yeah, yeah. You gotta leverage things. You gotta know
And
what you want from the relationship. And the thing is, if you're in the industry, I feel like if the door gets open to a point where you can have one-on-ones with what people call gatekeepers or the guys who have roles that will be helpful in your career, you forge those relationships. I think that's what the industry is all about. And that's why a lot of people
yeah,
say
it's all
the
about
industry's,
relationship.
yeah, that's why they say the music industry is fake. It's not fake, it's just that most of our relationships is business relationships. I'm not saying now we're gonna be having family dinners and all of that. I know that if I want business to be handled, I know people now. You know what I mean? Because they provided, Ambitious has provided a lot of that to a lot of artists, and they're still doing it, and they still keep on doing it right all the time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And while we're at record labels, man, there's been a boom of South African artists being signed by, I would say, majors and record labels from other countries. How do you feel about that? Do you think like it's a good move for those artists, or does it depend on the contract they're getting?
it depends on the contract. Then Chuck, you baiting me, but it's fine. Let's go.
Why do you mean I'm
I'm here.
baiting you?
I'm here, guns blazing. Let's go.
What do you mean I'm baiting you? I just wanna know. I just wanna know. How do you feel about? Because there's been
I
a
don't. I
in the
don't.
past 3 months we have had a lot of announcements of new deals, man, and most of them are international. Some of them are local, but with international record labels. I just want to see how it's gonna play out. Is it that time now that South African artists are hot property?
Not really. I don't think they are hot property. I don't believe a hot property. Just yeah, it's one of those where I'm like,
You don't want to
Casper was signed to Def Jam. Casper was signed to Def Jam when he signed when he released
sweet and shot.
Sweet and Short. Yeah, and that was Sweet and Short. You know what I mean?
I
You know what I mean? Like yeah, like it like like Casper released that under Family Tree, it would have still done same exact numbers that it did with Def. I don't see a difference, but I understand in the back end how much probably that deal is worth to Casper. I mean, like
oh,
financially, but in terms of numbers wise, Casper goes platinum every single.
you feel like he doesn't need the machine for mundane tasks like pushing albums.
Yeah, for yeah, I feel like if the deal, I don't know what the specifics of the deal. I'm just speculating right now.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like the deal is more them doing all the minute detail stuff that he Casper never had radio, dude. That's something that like I feel sad for him because one of the biggest artists doesn't have radio to that point. Even today, he doesn't have radio.
Casper's career is complicated, though, because Casper, I don't know how. Casper is not a big radio guy. He's not a big streaming numbers guy. He's not a big YouTube. He's a big YouTube first week guy. I will give him that. But he just maintains. Somehow he finds ways to just survive.
Yeah, just survives. It's it's a weird thing. That's why I'm like, I feel at some point it's a little bit unfair because we know the people that are running behind his rivals
Yeah,
in
yeah,
his rival camp. Like they know how to get the radio, how to get the playlist, how to get
yeah,
the drops right. That's why he went back. That's why AKA was angry and then he left for a year or two.
yeah.
Immediately came.
Yeah, because they figured that out. They figured that out.
Yeah, they got these numbers right. That nigga
Yeah,
has how many? Like he has millions and millions of.
yeah. It's
Like
always
they
on
have
radio.
that market.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah,
on radio.
Casper knows his fans. His fans. Like Casper has a weird like how he got
Yeah,
his fans and how he's maintaining his fans is very
yeah.
is very weird. Like,
Yeah.
but it's very dope.
I would say he's a dope marketer. He knows how to hype up anything. He knows how to leverage a lot of things. He's smart in that way. He knows how to because when it comes to
Yeah,
business,
he knows where to put himself,
yeah,
place himself. His
yeah,
team, they work very well.
yeah. He's good with the mind games. He plays the mind games very, very
Yeah,
well.
but the international deals, I don't at the current moment I don't see it happening. I don't
I'm
see.
waiting to see the Shoma Jersey one is interesting for me because I know you don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna bring it up. It's interesting for me. I wanna see. I'm not gonna say anything about it until I start to see. I wanna see what's gonna be because we waiting for a Shoma Jersey package, an EP, an album, whatever it is. We have to get it. Um, I'm waiting for that. The Def Jam. I'm not really surprised because most of those people were already in the same office, if I'm not mistaken. I might not be not getting my facts right, but I'm that one is not. I'm not. The people who got signed, I understand. Like signing Boiti makes sense right now. You know what I mean? And for her now, we're at a point where we need a package. We need body of work. You check what I mean?
Yeah, she dropped the song and it she dropped the
Uh,
song. She dropped the song 2 weeks ago.
yeah, you know what I mean. We if the next song is a single and it doesn't do good, we're gonna start having a problem. So if they want to people to consume, if I was in that camp and she really wants to do this, I'll concoct 6 tracks of an EP, give a body of work, make people know that I'm really doing this. You know what I mean? I feel like even if it's an
Yeah.
unofficial something, just dropping it, I feel like that will if they did that and when they dropped it was the introduction of saying we signed her, it would have made a bigger impact for me than
Yeah,
signing her.
That's what I've noticed with all the South African, except for Nasty C, with everything that's international that assigned to a different international. Let me say international to an
Yeah.
international record label. Even what you call this, okay, this one probably is coming, but Mikasa dropped from an international label that,
Oh,
uh,
the new album.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
the new album,
sure.
yeah. There's quite a few, and then what my thing is that in SA, normally it's we sign and then we just announce that you signed.
Hmm.
It's never announced that we signed and then here's the package.
Yeah, because me the way I see the same record labels doing things internationally, they don't announce for announcing. They drop a package, the package does good, or they do good, they make sure they push it, and then when the interviews come, that's when the artist is gonna be like, yeah, you know, the industry will know that you're under Atlantic, but most people, the announcement will come with a package. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
They'll
like
create a
Cass with Def Jam. It was that like he been saying in interviews, yo, the only person I agree with is Def Jam Africa. You could see like he's been signed to past 2 years.
yeah,
That's
that's
why when he announced it, even said it in his words. Yeah, I'm finally glad to
be able
get in
to
this partnership.
yeah.
Yeah, like you can see, like he's able to. Other people like Tejo.
Mm. Oh, cause
Tejo, I don't know how this deal. Yeah, I don't know how his deal is because at first he was licensed.
to Universal. They probably
Yeah,
convince him
there was licensing.
to sign. We still don't know
Yeah, I
the
don't know
details of
what
the
the Def
deals.
Jam one is. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Mm.
see like when we'll see after his first release
Yeah.
who is actually who is actually.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for all of these guys to drop something. Because I'm interested in seeing how it's gonna pan out. I know Universal in South Africa they got their game. I don't know if they got because the problem with Universal, not the problem, they don't have a problem. But what I see with Universal is they got the market share. fair enough. But their international acts do very, 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 very well in South Africa compared to their South African acts in South Africa.
Yeah, which
Mm.
is weird.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe the market is us, the consumers of the music, we just don't listen to South African music, or it's the strategy, or it's how the office is being run. Because you might blame them, but it's not the problem. It's just that people are not listening to
Yeah, we don't
South
we don't
African
have a
music.
culture. We don't have a culture where we don't have a culture of being proud of our music, because we're only proud of our music once it once they've grinded as much as like um let me make an example with Shoma Josie.
Yeah,
Shoma Josie was loved at first by a lot of people, but not to the point where someone is like, yo, let me take off,
yeah,
yo, let me take out $100 to find an album. Like that's the problem. Like we don't have a culture of loving people to that point. We love them to think we because we don't have an idea of what the culture of music. We don't see music how on if you go onto Twitter right now, like y'all support black business. They will show you a lady that's doing maybe soap, dishwashing. You
yeah,
can physically buy, you can physically buy it, right?
mm,
And people go out and not support that. But it's a weird complex because when it comes to entertainment, because mm, I'm like pretty sure like 60 to 80% of South Africans don't know that music is not actually,
yeah,
yeah, they don't know that. They think that that's the culture of supporting. And you'll find that like Shoma Josie is on millions of phones, right?
yeah, yeah,
But then the other people, like the people that have access to music and these play Shoma Josie once, right? And then go stream the other favorite artists, which are international. So the people that have access to stuff are mostly their favorite artists are international, and they don't get to play South African people as much. But if you go to the hood and you go to a lot of people, you find on their phones,
yeah.
Lane is being played on them. Where you playing this from? Oh
Fakas.
no, it's an MP3.
Uh,
Pagaza.
or I
I
got it
mean,
via
like
WhatsApp.
it's yeah. I got a WhatsApp. I got a via shared. They supporting these artists. That's why.
That's all they
But then
know.
we don't have a culture of them. Yeah, that's all they.
That's all they know.
And that's why I don't blame the labels. I don't blame the fans. That's why you find them on the radio charts and you radio charts that's African songs.
Yeah, they are. They are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then on these other charts and like charts that really matter, they're not up there because
Mm.
I'm used to downloading it for free.
Yeah. Yeah. The piracy issue. I handle it differently now. I feel like it's time artists teach their fans how to support them, and not just expect people to know how to support them.
Yeah,
You're not gonna expect a kid from somewhere in a village who loves you to death to understand streaming services. They probably don't even have internet that's fast enough to stream your song. So the best way they can get
yeah,
it is
it's
one
not even
person is
like that.
gonna download it and the whole village is gonna have it because they're gonna start sharing it via share it. So one person just has to sacrifice an hour of their time downloading that one song because they love you so much, and they're gonna start sharing it. They thinking you get money from wherever they downloading it. It doesn't matter where they get it from. They like,
Yeah,
yeah, once we
they just
download it, you good. You getting your cash.
yeah, and they advertising it, and the officials are saying piracy.
Yeah.
I'm from the hood. I know pirates as Pirates of the Caribbean. I know probably like like that stuff. I really don't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't. You find people that don't understand, that do understand it, and still do it on this. They still do it either way because like I'm not gonna waste this much whatever
Yeah.
for whatever.
Yeah. Cause
But
it's
you can't go to your. It's like I was telling one of my homeboys. I was like, okay, cool. A song of mine is 10 rand, right? And you have this business. I've never came to your business. Give me some food for free.
yeah. The thing is, people look
You
at
would kill
music
me.
as, I don't know why people haven't realized that those people need to eat too and they need to support. Like I said, the fans, some of the fans genuinely don't know. Some of them do
They
know. They
don't.
just like, yeah, they don't care. We don't give a fuck.
That's why I was
But
like 80% of them really don't know, but
yeah,
20% do know.
yeah, 20%. And I feel like there's technologies and ways. And if you tell somebody that the data that they buy, streaming is very, very low when it comes to data, if you just play music from a streaming service, people just feel like if you go there with a gig and you play 3 songs, it's going to be done. You probably can use a gig for like, if you're just streaming music, probably 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're just streaming
a
music
whole
alone.
three. Yeah, yo, it doesn't even take that much, especially with Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can get like low data, which is you're still getting your own all the songs, but at a very very low rate when it comes to data, your data. So those things most of the people don't know, and the artists are not willing to find out to teach their fans. I feel like it's artists' job to kind of like, because you're selling a product. If you're selling a product, you need to let people know how they can support you by buying that product. If streaming, they can access streaming. How are you teaching them that platform? You know what I mean? Because they can always learn all the time. Are you making sure that your fans understand how? Do you have a website? If you are that guy, are they on YouTube? All of those things. I feel like you, as an artist, if you have a manager and you have a team, those people will be doing that for you. But if you're an independent, you have to do that your own.
yeah, you have to do that on your own. Yeah, man, you can find it like if you look at what's that dude's name? Uh, Shane sold all the stuff
Yeah, of his trunk.
out of his chunk. Yeah,
Yeah, and he probably made so much cash than a lot of people because it was direct to him.
yeah, it was directly to him without
No
no
middleman.
middleman.
Check what
I mean, yeah, probably he spent a lot of money just to make that stuff. That's the
Of
other
course,
problem.
of course, it's gonna cost you. And the thing is now the prices are going up because yeah, you can figure out a way. I think we've been going for an hour. I know me and you will probably go for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just last words, man. Music coming out. What? Where can people catch you? I know you're on playlist. I know you're chasing more is doing really really dope on platforms. If we can just
Yeah,
emphasize for people to go listen and what to look forward to what's coming from Chris Black.
yeah, I'm close to 10K streams.
That's dope.
I'm just chasing more on just one platform, Spotify, and the other
That's
platforms.
it.
That's
That's sick.
I'm releasing in the next 2 weeks, probably on the 20. I'm probably releasing on the tomorrow. I'm submitting 2 more songs that are gonna be on the 14th or 21st of August. The tape is coming out on 20.
Oh, 25th of September.
Tape is gonna be 25th. Fairy Tales 2,
Oh, what?
7 tracks, banger.
Oh, what?
26 is 27, 25th of
I can't wait. I can't wait for that. And then Instagram is Chris Black SA.
oh
That's your Instagram, right? Chris Black SA.
yeah, Chris Black essay. Need to change it to something crazy.
Cool. So yeah,
Yeah, I need to change it to something else.
cool. You can catch Chris Black on all of those platforms. Listen to his music.
Apples make me hungry.
Yeah, I know you probably do something like that. Don't do that. People still need to find you. So thank you for everybody who tuned in, everybody who's listening. Great conversation with Chris Black. Again, I'm probably gonna have him back again as we chop it up with the industry talk. I like having conversation with this guy because we just go crazy sometimes. 5 hours of conversations, trying to figure out a way and making the industry better for us. We're not doing it for the greater good of everybody. If we does helps everybody, yes, but most importantly is we ourselves want to figure it out, and that's why we have these conversations. And thank you for joining us and everything. Go check out Chris Black, the Indie State podcast, again every Wednesday. I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you again for joining me, Mr. Chris Black. I'm gonna go jam the music, and then you're gonna probably go to the studio right now.
Ow.
Bow, the Lavender Style. We out.
Bow.